Hey everybody, Amy Dover here with the DoverDrive Experience, and I am thrilled to come to you today. We're doing things just slightly different over the last couple of weeks. The show is really designed to share tips and information and stories to help you to kick your life and your business into DoverDrive. And because there's so much going on right now with um, just trying to navigate the new waters, right? Navigate how to build your business in a different, meaningful kind of way. I thought I would take a couple of weeks and really just sit and have a conversation with you. So you're getting some free strategy sessions, if you will, right? So live Q&A. Send your questions in. Today we're going to spend a lot of time talking about the DoverDrive experience, the membership. So we've coined a couple of things, and I promised a couple weeks ago that I would share with you what it is that we're doing differently, how we're functioning here, a little bit of the behind the scenes, so that you can see what may or may not work for you, how you may or may not want to connect on different platforms, and how to get engaged in a way that will bring your business forward, as well as just watching this crazy lady on videos and coming on live all the time to talk. So if you have questions along the way, please do drop them into the chat, and we will do our best to get to those questions before the end of the broadcast. If you're watching this on replay, drop your questions anyway. Someone will be monitoring this and will try to get back to you and make sure that we get those answers. We'll also do something a little interesting. At wherever you're watching this, we'll go back and plug in a couple of links so that you can connect also. So we're going to give it all to you today. That's essentially what I'm saying, right? So we're doing a couple of things a little differently. I have Instagram over here on a different platform. And for you guys on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, I think is right in front of me. So if I look a little off to the side, it's just because I want to check both of the platforms. So we're going to do this. We're going to rock and roll. I want to share something that maybe we didn't get to last week in quite enough detail. And that is, what is this DoverDrive Experience membership? So we have this show that is just value, value, value. We're connecting. We're trying to make sure that we're giving you everything that you need to kick your life and your business into DoverDrive. But on the flip side of that, the ways in which you can connect is totally different because, I mean, we're not exempt to this whole pandemic. We had to shift as well. And going digital it's just not an option anymore. It is an absolute requirement. And I believe in a little bit of transparency. So I'm going to share with you, you're going to get to see the things that we're doing here with the DoverDrive. And I want to give a little more detail in that because inside the DoverDrive experience, we're going to share with you how to do the things that we're doing right here. So you're getting a little bit of a sneak peek about the kind of content that is going to be funneled each and every single week inside the DoverDrive Experience membership. Now, every Monday we drop new content, and every Monday you're engaged. Every Monday you're blocking time to work on your business. Every Monday you're taking action. Every Monday you are really, really dedicating yourself and your time to grow your business. Fantastic. I love it. It's on people's schedules already. It's amazing. There are already people inside here that are getting engaged in a different kind of way. I'm just loving this entire experience. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't come with some growing pains. And so we just thought we would share a few things. I have some questions here that I'm going to get to, and I'm just going to answer these questions. If you have any more questions, please do drop them in the comments and we'll get to those as well. But for the bulk of this, this is what we're going to work to get through right now, these 5 questions. So I received a question that prompted all of this, and it was, is this right for me? And I just thought that was such an amazing question because I don't ever want anyone to feel pressure into doing anything. Like, they need to feel in their bones that something is right. They need to feel a connection into anything that they're doing, whether it's free, whether it costs $1 million, I don't care. The connection is worth more than the dollar value that you're going to pay for anything. And that's just kind of how I operate. I want to make sure that I function with people, with brands, with businesses, with resources, with technology, whatever it is. I need there to be a connection so that I understand how to move forward. I feel good about it, right? I know the value and I feel good about it. And so I thought, wow, such a great question. And I'm so glad that you asked. But it also made me think that, okay, well, maybe I didn't do a really great job of presenting that value up front. So here we go. This is all about the value. The questions are number one, do you need new ways to reach new customers? So if you're answering yes to that, then the DoverDrive Experience membership is the right place to be, because we're identifying new ways to structure your business, to structure your pricing, to structure your products and your services, to engage your employees, to engage your strategic partners in different ways. All of those things. Business as usual does not exist. And just because the nation is opening up again and slowly sort of getting back to normal, we will not have business as usual for a very, very long time. And so, just the same as I started this saying, you have to be cognizant of the economy. You have to be cognizant of your customer base. You have to be cognizant of their needs and how their problems have shifted, how their needs have shifted. And so, when you're thinking about how to make sales and to keep your business going and to adjust your business, you really have to think about customer first. How are they doing right now? How are they shifting? What's their biggest problem? Does my product or service still solve that problem? And if not, then right, you need to find a different way. And so so many people are going through this right now, and we're just digging in, right? Inside the DoverDrive experience, we're just digging into those things. It's pretty incredible. We've already shed some light on a couple of businesses that, are just making changes immediately. It's crazy. So one of the things that we did was I made the Power of Pivoting webinar absolutely free inside the membership, and you get to listen in on how we were instructing other industries to make some shifts. So not only do you get the teaching, but you also get to understand how other people are doing it. And that is incredibly valuable, because I am a firm believer of not recreating the wheel. Listen, you put some really smart people in the room and you get them to talk about a problem and they start to figure it out. And you're like, okay, I'm going to take this component and this component and this component, and I'm going to put this into my business and really start to make things shift a little bit differently. So, question number 2 I have: do you need help deciding what to focus on? And this is a big one, because I feel like I have gotten a lot of feedback that says, I know I need to do things differently. I know people keep saying that I have to be creative and that I have to make these shifts, and there are a lot of people online talking about you have to have a digital strategy. All of those things are absolutely true. However, what they're not telling you is what you need to focus on first for your business, and that's not something that most people can tell you on a blanket webinar. You really have to dig in a little bit deeper. You have to make a commitment to have a layered relationship with people so that, I get to know your business. The people who are facilitating the DoverDrive experience, we get to know your business. And we do that because we have live Q&As. Not only is it just teaching, but you get to ask questions that are very specific to your business, not a blanket statement on a random webinar about somebody else's industry that has nothing to do with you. You get 1 full hour to ask questions. And it's crazy cool. That's my favorite part. I like giving the teaching. I like learning, facilitating the learning and all of those things. But For me, man, the more that I can talk to you guys and just see that light bulb go off and have you guys move your business forward, that's magic for me. So, live Q&As for that one. And then number 3, do you need better time management? Well, here's the thing about time management. You you have to have an idea of what it is that you're going to be doing first before you worry about how to block your time, about how to prioritize your schedule, all of those little tools and tricks, and you don't have to worry about which app to use, which service. What you should be worried about is what to focus on, and then we figure out how to block your time. So a lot of times I find that when people ask me, how do you fit all of these things into your day? How do you make sure that you're prioritizing? Well, when you're clear on your direction, you're clear on your directives, then those things will begin to fall in line. And so what it tells me is that we're very unclear about what we should be doing in our business. And that was number 2, right? What to focus on. So once you get clear on what to focus on, then we can work on how to, manage your time and make sure that you're moving yourself forward in a very productive, efficient kind of way. Now, I'm going to move on to number 4 in this, and it is, do you need a team to brainstorm with? This is grossly overlooked when you think of being a business owner. You think, oh, I'm the boss, and it's fantastic. I get to be the boss. And yeah, that's all cool. It's great. I like being the boss too. However, if you're always the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. And I truly like that brainstorming session. I like to have a space in my life that allows me to think out loud, which means that sometimes it's genius and sometimes it's absolutely ridiculous. And it has to be a judgment-free zone to be able to do that. You have to have a certain comfort level with your team to be able to say, "Hey guys, what do you think of? What do you think if? Um, what have what could I do differently? What have I done that makes you think X?" And you get to just engage. And there is a private Facebook page, a group, if you will, that we are utilizing for Q&A. So that live Q&A that happens every single week, or I'm sorry, every single month, you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait till the end of the month to be able to put your questions in. The beautiful thing is that the DoverDrive experience is built up of some incredibly smart business owners, and they get to answer your question too, or just to give input, to give valuable feedback. I'm not the only person that you're going to learn from inside this membership program. By far, I learn just as much from you guys as you do for me. It is amazing. Again, one of my favorite components is that engagement with each other, because we get to learn how to solve the same problem across multiple industries. And you get to hear how really smart people are thinking through the problems. And that conversation is just ongoing. It's just an ongoing conversation every single month. And sometimes it may be daily, sometimes it's weekly, sometimes it's just for that live Q&A, but you never know what nugget you're going to get by just even reading those comments, nonetheless asking some questions and having these folks really engage with you and try genuinely to answer the questions that are burning inside your business. It's so valuable. I would not trade the sense of team. And I like to call it like the executive team, because most businesses, unless you're large, don't have a board. You don't have an executive team. And being a business owner, truthfully, can feel like you're stuck out on a desert island sometimes. It's just you. You're responsible for every single thing that happens inside your business. And that's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure, and you make educated decisions, but sometimes it's too late when you find out it wasn't the right decision. having an executive team, having this group, having access to, business consultants and people who have run very successful businesses for umpteen years is so very valuable, and it's something that I would not trade. It's absolutely something that I would not trade. So that's an added bonus. I mean, that's just a bonus that you get access to those business owners in addition to all of the learning and all of the engagement that I will provide. So love that one. Number 5 here. So number 5 is, do you need accountability? Now, I just talked about the fact that business ownership really can feel like you're out on a desert island. You're always the boss, you're always the one responsible. But what happens when you're not feeling all that motivated, or when you're not really sure on the direction to go into? And so it's really comforting to be able to have someone or a series of processes that really show you what you should be doing next and have a sense of accountability for that. Now, we have the system is set up so that on the first Monday you get learning. I'm going to drop a video learning series inside the system. The second week, we're dropping worksheets. I want you to really sit with the content that we're sharing. Really start to think through what that would mean for you and just sit with it. I don't want to rush into the changes so quickly. I want you to process the learning. Then the worksheets come. Now, the worksheets are meant to get you into that doing part, the action part. So cool, because we get to move you forward all throughout this process. I mean, it's really pretty incredible. So this is the doing part, and this is probably where most of the questions will start to come into play, because you get a lot of really interesting aha moments. You get a lot of what might be just super crazy ideas. You get, I mean, just who knows what's going to pop into your head. And so, you're going to have a platform to drop those questions in, and it's super cool. So I have a question over here. I'm going to pause for just 2 seconds and see what is happening. Okay, we're going to save that one for later, and we're going to go back. All right, thank you. We have gone through 5 questions of why and is this right for me? I hope that this helps you to not only decide whether or not the DoverDrive Experience membership is right for you, but if you can't look at those 5 questions and know that you're getting those 5 components from anything that you're purchasing right now to move your business forward, it's probably not right for you. And that's the answer to that question. We spent 20 minutes answering one essential question of, is this right for me? And then how do you decipher what's right and what's not? So I love this. I love having this platform. I love having this time with you. I'm going to remind you that if you have any questions along the way, definitely post those into the replay, because I'm going to wind this down right now. Make sure you're commenting on this replay, and we'll make sure that we get the answers to the questions. Now, I want to move to something super, super special, and that is the offer. The offer is, we're giving an incredible discount for anyone who is registering for the DoverDrive Experience membership right now. This is short-lived, so I want you to look for this code that's about to pop up on your screen and go to that URL. It is ammiedover.com/DoverDrive-experience. There it is. And so you can go and enter the code DD20 and really get access to this program, and it will never increase from that cost. So go and enter that code, go find out what that cost is, special at this period right now, and get inside the DoverDrive Experience membership program. I'm telling you, get inside this program with this incredible code, and let's start to work on your business, move your business forward in a meaningful, thoughtful, intentional way that will help you to grow. Now, I am so excited about this. I'm so excited. There are already folks inside the membership program. They already have learning. We also dropped the business planning system in there. So there's 8 plus videos, and I want to say like 22, 24, 26, something like that, worksheets that are in there already, even though the membership program just launched. And we dropped the Power of Pivoting webinar. So you get all of those ideas and tips and discussion about how to start to make those shifts and how to, you know, set your frame of reference, set your mindset for these changes and this success. Man, it is so exciting. I cannot wait to see you all inside the DoverDrive experience. This is such a gift for me to be able to gift this to you and really move all of the businesses forward in a very thoughtful, meaningful, intentional, genuine way. So there's so much value in this program. I want to see you inside. Before I sign off, I want to say thank you to the Spear Network, of course, for the incredible production that we get to do every single week. This is such a great experience, such a great platform. I'm thrilled to be partnered with the Spear Network and all the goodness that they are helping me to do to be able to provide that goodness and that value to you. So thank you so very much for that. I hope to see you inside the DoverDrive experience. We're dropping some more worksheets on Monday, so that gives you about a week to work through all the goodness that's already there. And I will see you next Tuesday at noon right here in the DoverDrive experience. See you guys.